Walking into a hardware store as a beginner is like walking into a trap designed for your wallet. You see the rows of brushless motors, the laser guided precision, and the titanium coated drill bits. You've watched the YouTube influencers with their $50,000 workshops telling you that you absolutely need this specific jig or that high end stationary saw to get the job done. But here's the cold, hard truth. Most of those recommendations are based on a professional's workflow, not a homeowner's reality. Today, we are stripping away the marketing hype. We're looking at the 7 tools that everyone, from your neighbor to the pro vlogger, insists you buy, and then we're going to reveal the only 3 tools that actually matter when you're starting out. If you want to save thousands of dollars and still build incredible projects, pay close attention. First on the list of must-haves is the impact driver. If you browse any DIY forum, people will tell you that a standard drill is for making holes and an impact driver is for driving screws. They'll talk about torque, concussive force, and how it prevents stripping screw heads. And they aren't lying. Impact drivers are fantastic. They're shorter, louder, and punch way above their weight class. But for the average person putting up a shelf or assembling IKEA furniture, it's a luxury. A standard drill with a clutch setting can do 95% of what an impact driver does. You're told you need 2 tools. Usually, you only need one with the right technique. Next up, the table saw. It's often called the heart of the workshop. People recommend it because it's the king of repeatability and perfectly straight rip cuts. If you're building a kitchen's worth of cabinets, yes, you want one. But for the weekend warrior, it's a massive investment. It takes up a huge footprint in your garage, and let's be honest, it's the most intimidating and dangerous tool for a novice. Everyone says you can't do woodworking without it. We're going to prove that's wrong later in this video. Number 3 is the oscillating multi-tool, often called the GOP or sonic rafter. This is the darling of the home renovation world. It's recommended for cutting baseboards, sanding tight corners, or removing grout. It's a problem solver tool. The issue? It's a jack of all trades, master of none. The blades are incredibly expensive and dull quickly, and it's very rare that a project starts with a multi-tool. It's a tool you buy when you've messed up or need to perform a very specific surgical cut. Everyone says you need it in your bag. I say wait until the specific problem arises. Tool number 4, the laser level. It looks cool and it makes you feel like an architect. Everyone recommends them for hanging pictures or installing cabinets, but a high-quality self-leveling green beam laser can cost $200 or more. For 99% of home projects, a $15 4-foot spirit level is more accurate, more durable, and doesn't require batteries. The cool factor of the laser often outweighs its practical utility for a beginner. If you've watched any DIY furniture build in the last decade, you've seen a pocket hole jig. It's the ultimate cheat code for joinery. It allows you to skip complex mortise and tenons. It's highly recommended because it's fast. However, it also requires specific, expensive screws, and it limits your growth as a builder. People recommend it as a must-have for furniture, but traditional glue and screw methods, or simple dowels, are often stronger and cheaper. The track saw is the new favorite of the everyone recommends list. It's basically a circular saw on a rail. It promises table saw accuracy with portability. And it delivers for about $600. It's a beautiful tool, but it's a specialized version of something you likely already have or can get for a fraction of the price. The hype around track saws is real, but the necessity for a beginner is almost zero. Finally, the miter saw or chop saw. Almost every starting DIY guide puts this in the top 3. It's great for cross-cutting boards. But here's the secret. It can only cross-cut. It can't rip a sheet of plywood. It can't cut a large panel. It's a one-trick pony that takes up 3 feet of counter space. If you're doing crown molding, it's essential. For everything else, there's a better way. So we've just gone through 7 tools that cost, collectively, upwards of $2,000. If you bought all of those, you'd have a great shop, but you'd be broke and probably overwhelmed. Now, let's cut through the noise. If you want to build 90% of the projects you see online, you only need 3 tools. These are the essentials. The absolute foundation of any DIY kit is the cordless drill, not the impact driver, just the drill. Why? Because the drill is versatile. With a keyless chuck, you can use any bit: twist bits, spade bits, hole saws, and even sanding attachments. A good drill with a mechanical clutch allows you to drive screws into delicate materials without snapping the heads off. If you buy a high quality drill from a reputable battery platform, you have opened the door to every other tool. This is the one place you shouldn't cheap out. Get the 18-volt version with 2 batteries. If the drill is the foundation, the circular saw is the engine. Remember when I said you don't need a table saw, a track saw, or a miter saw? This is why. With a simple straight edge or a homemade jig, a circular saw can do everything those 3 tools can do. It can rip 8-foot sheets of plywood, which a miter saw can't. It can cross-cut 2x4s, which a table saw struggles with safely. It is portable, powerful, and significantly cheaper. It requires more focus and a steady hand, but it teaches you the fundamentals of cutting. It is the most powerful bang-for-your-buck tool in existence. The third essential isn't even a power tool, it's the speed square. You can have the best saw in the world, but if your marks aren't square, your project will be a disaster. The speed square is a ruler, a tri-square, a miter square, and a saw guide all in one. You can press it against your board and use it as a fence for your circular saw to get perfectly straight 90-degree cuts every single time. It never needs a battery. It doesn't break when you drop it, and it costs less than a fast food meal. Without this, you're just guessing. Now, obviously, you'll need some consumables: screws, glue, a tape measure, and some safety glasses. But with just a drill, a circular saw, and a speed square, you can build a deck, a bookshelf, a workbench, or a bed frame. The recommended 7 are great tools. Eventually, you might want them, but don't let the gear fear stop you from starting. You don't need a professional shop to produce professional results. You just need the essentials and the willingness to learn how to use them. Pick up the big 3, stay safe, and go build something. The recommended 7 are great tools. Eventually, you might want them, but don't let the gear fear stop you from starting. You don't need a professional shop to produce professional results. You just need the essentials and the willingness to learn how to use them. Pick up the big 3, stay safe, and go build something. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the subscribe button. We're here to help you navigate the world of DIY without losing your mind or your savings. See you in the next build. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the subscribe button. We're here to help you navigate the world of DIY without losing your mind or your savings. See you in the next build. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the subscribe button. We're here to help you navigate the world of DIY without losing your mind or your savings. See you in the next build.